Hello there, friends. Today we are going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I hope to continue doing from this point forward. And it's called 10 Minutes of Creative Joy. The whole purpose here is to get into your art materials, get into your creative zone, get your tactile senses going, and make that wonderfully creative mess for 10 minutes a day. Get into your happy place. And I'd started this video earlier today, and I set my timer of my cell phone here with a 10-minute timer on it. And as I was going along, I noticed that my microphone had died. So I didn't really mean to cheat, but I do have a little jump start here. And then we're just going to go from here. So in the original video, I had shown this little book, and this is something my daughter and I were out shopping one day, and this is just a little kind of maybe 4x4 notebook, and it has blank pages inside. And I thought it was just perfect for those little tidbits. And the paper is kind of thin, so I'm sure I'm going to have to glue maybe one or two sets of pages together to have a thickness that'll withstand some artwork, but that's okay. So to get things kicked off, I decided to start working on the cover. And my jumping off point, I have these little rounds that I made quite a while back, and I've had them sitting on my desk. They're just little happy snips. This one says fly, this one says dream, and then this one's hope on a dictionary page. And these are a kind of little miniature mixed media works, and I love them so much, and they really are just a little piece of happiness. And so I thought I would put one of these on the cover of my book. So to save time, since we only have 10 minutes, I decided to use a piece of gel plate stash. And so I had several in a notebook that I've saved. I have a whole bunch in a notebook that I've saved up, but I had several that were done on dictionary paper, so they're a little on the thin side, and I thought that would make them good for the cover. And as I was going through the stash quickly within my 10-minute timer, I happened upon this one, which I love the colors. I love the pattern on here. Instead of bubble wrap to add pattern, this was bubble wrap to subtract pattern. So onto the wet plate, I pushed bubble wrap and removed paint, and so that's what these are. But what I loved most was the little fly is on a circle, and this piece of paper and this print has circles on it, and so with the circles and the circles, it really repeated the theme. So that's why I decided to go with this piece. So I set my timer and did get this one down and a little gesso on, and that's when I realized that my recording wasn't going to work. So what do I have? I got everything out at my fingertips so that I could stay within 10 minutes. So I have my little bucket of bits, and I thought it was good since my cover's so tiny. These are all just little tiny snips of everything from leftover snips to stamps to buttons to you name it. And then I have my little cups of the same thing, but these are hard embellishments for the most part. I have these at my fingertips. I have my big bin of scraps with a little bit of everything. I have this at my fingertips. And then also I have out matte medium and gesso and heavy gel and just whatever I thought I might, some texture paste, some stencils, so that I don't have to waste time in my 10 minutes to be finding supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer, and let's see what we can do. And so the point of this is to have you all join in also. 10 minutes of creative joy. So just find 10 minutes in your day to steal away and give yourself a little injection of creative joy. So let's go ahead and hit start. I really don't have a plan for this. Oh, before I hit start, I have to tell you something amazing. So this was my inspiration. And then after I put the paper down, and I'm one who I'm always looking at the text before I use it to make sure really that there's nothing that I wouldn't want to show up on my print. But after I had this adhered down, flying guard is on my paper as the guide words to this dictionary paper. And so I have fly here, and of all the papers, this one has fly up here. And I promise you, I had no idea. It was such a happy little surprise when I saw that. I couldn't believe it. So I won't be covering that up. I'm going to kind of spotlight that a bit. Okay, so without any further, let's see what we can get done in 10 minutes. So since this is a notebook that I want to get expressive with all through the year, I'm thinking a couple of things right off the bat. I want to have some music on here because it is joy, right? So to me, music is joyful. I'm going to grab this. I'm thinking maybe I have some matte paper in here. I'm sorry you can't see this part, but I have to be fast. Let's see. I can't fake this with the clock running either. Okay, well this one isn't the prettiest, but I think, oh, I just saw one. Aha, let's trade. It's a little bit prettier. Okay, so let's see. We have fly, so we're kind of taking a journey, which is why I liked the thought of the matte paper. Oh, this one really doesn't have much on it, but there is a compass. Maybe a compass would be fun to include on here. And I was thinking I would use my Yoo-hoo stick for the sake of time, but now I don't have that as ready as I thought. So matte medium it is. And actually, let's use heavy gel. Okay, just gonna get this on. I think I'm gonna just bring it right up here in the corner. I like the compass idea. I'll trim off the excess afterwards. I don't want to cover up those circles that I was talking about. And let's just go ahead and get this guy down because it's a heavier piece. And that way it can start to set up. And I already have a lot of nice layers underneath with, thanks to that gel print. So need to go to my big guns. I have a heavy gel that's even a little thicker. Okay, well, he's going to be there. I might have to work on getting that down a little bit better. And let's get some music. And I'm not going to completely reveal my age here, but this happens to have measures numbered on here. And I am one of these numbers, but I think I will place this on. I'm just giving it a fold and a quick tear. And maybe that's even a little too thick. So let me go down to just one line of the music. Let's just stick with the top line. And since this isn't really down all the way, I think I'm going to layer this here so I have kind of a bottom border. I think this is going to be really fun, and it's kind of, I have 6 minutes left. I've never tried to do something in 10 minutes, so I'm doing this on a video without having tried it beforehand, which may or may not be a good idea, but it's fun. And after all that, guess what? So sometimes in mixed media, we have secrets hidden away, and so guess what? I picked these because of the number, and I said my age was on here, and it's going to be a secret that's covered up because when I laid this on, I had already forgotten. I'm going to have to put that down afterwards. Okay, I want to have my palette knife here. I want to put some kind of extra, since, oh, I've got a clock face. It's all about a journey and time. Let's see, let's add a little stenciling first. I may have to do better at getting some things out ahead of time, right? And let's go. I love this crystal blue. I'm going to put a float of this on at the end, but let's pick up some of the blue and the stenciling. I'm just going to randomly put this around. Let's get some down here on our map and our music to kind of tie it in. And I saw this. I'm going to use my modeling paste. This is DecoArt's media line. I'm probably not going to tell you all of these supplies for the sake of time. Okay, let's see. Woo! I feel like I'm on a game show or something. So this is honey brown. I'm going to just tint my modeling paste. This is a corner stencil that's really fun. And I think I'm going to put it in the upper corner. And so I've just tinted the modeling paste with the honey brown. And then if I float some honey brown on the other side, that's a little bit messier than I would like, but we're up against the clock here. Okay, let us, dun, 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 dun. What do I want to do now? You know what? Where did my other little snips go here? What do we have? Friend, what do I have good in here? Let's see. Oh, little banner maybe. I always love to get the postage stamps. Ooh, that gives us a little bit of red. Okay. I don't have a reason for the Thursday the 15th. That's not the alarm yet. But maybe my creative joy will happen on Thursdays. That'd be a fun tie-in. Okay, and I want to get the postage stamp on here too because I love them so much. Let's maybe layer this here. My modeling paste isn't quite dry. Okay, where my timer at here? Let's see what we have. Where's my timer? Oh, 2 minutes left. Okay, I need something else to tie in here. Let me get that palette out of the way. Need something else of goodness. Oh, this is blue. This can live here, but I will glue this on with tacky glue after. Oh, I love that. I love that. I should have zoomed in a little closer for you here. This is where we're at. We're getting down to the line. I've got tickets. Let's see. Fly is a journey. Oh, fly is a journey. So let's see. What kind of tickets do I have here? Oh, that's really pretty too. But flying is a journey. Let's box in our fly up here. Just some little lines around to accent that. And then maybe this is my Tombow Fudnowski pigment pen that I love so much. So see, I'm going to have to put this down a little bit better afterwards. And then I'll glue that with tacky glue. I think that will still count. This is going to be trimmed off at the bottom. So let's see, admit one because this is kind of a personal journey, right? So let's see, where can we do this? I tuck this under here and then do that rickrack on top of it. Okay. Oh, we're getting there. We're winding down. Still have my blue out on my palette. Let me load up with matte medium so that I don't have to have water in my brush. Oh! There's our timer. Okay, go away. I'm going to bring my glue down all of this, and when the edges are dry, oh, I'm painting my phone. Okay, so I cheated just a little because I'm going to glue things down, but here's my cover in my 10 minutes, and we'll see if anything changes before we get together again. So I hope you'll give this a try. Pick a time, 10 minutes. So I have a youth group tonight. I'm getting ready to head out the door to do a fun time with the kids at our church. And I had started this earlier, microphone fail. And I looked at the clock. I had 30 minutes before I had to leave the door. And I thought, well, 10 minutes is less than 30. So I decided to jump on and test myself. And you can do that too. Thanks so much for joining me. And I hope that you'll join me again soon. Bye.